Alright, so I've tried the crystal. What I'm going to do now is I've got these little pieces of magnetite, and it's just a natural magnetic metal that's found, and these are carved into little hexagonal shapes with a hole in it. It was a cool bracelet that my wife bought for me, but it's since broke, so I'm going to use these. I'm going to bury these in a ball of clay and then electrocute it and see what happens. Alright, got my spear here, stuck a pencil in it, got me a nice hex shape that I can fit this guy right in there. Here, where it is? There, that dude. There's one. I'd like to try it like that, but you know what? I can do more. I just want to stick these guys in the center. And then let's cover that up. And I really want to see what the surface scarring is, so I think what I'll do is just smooth this out. You know what, I'm going to leave this side open on the bottom so that the magnetite can directly touch the electrode. You know what, let's round it up actually, but I will smooth it out. Alright, there's our surface. It's not completely level, but I also don't want it to be level. Let's see what happens. So that side will go on the electrode. All right. You know what? I'm going to replace this. I had this quartz crystal on here, and I think I'm going to take it off. I'm going to replace this with another ball, and let's see what happens. All right, this is ball number 2. This is going to be on the hanging electrode, and I've got 2 more magnetites. They're not the thick hexagonal. These are more of a bezeled. It's got a rounded shape on it, but I've got 2 of them anyway. And I'm gonna put these in this ball, but have them more towards the top portion where the electrode lead is gonna directly connect. So I've got these 2 guys in here. All right, that's the other side. Mash these down a little bit. All right, and we'll take our lead. You know, I'm going to snip this down a little bit. All right, good. So we'll just take this lead and stick it in this ball here so it's touching the magnetite. I'm just going to kind of smash this guy in here and then pinch the top of the ball. I'm not worried about how pretty it is. I just want to see what it'll do. I want it to hold, obviously. I'll go ahead and round it out. I'm just gonna let this sit here and burn and not move it. I wanna see what happens with these two clay balls with a magnetic center. You know, I like the clay balls better than the quartz crystal. The quartz crystal was cool. It helped focus the electricity. I was able to get the helical shape coming off of it, but again, I had to use clay to act as a conductor. The quartz crystal itself was not acting as a conductor or semiconductor, at least with this amount of electricity. It needed something to ride on. So on the back side of that crystal I was using earlier, it was really rough. It wasn't a very clean quartz crystal. It was terminated, but the back side had a bunch of little pieces sticking out. So I just rubbed some clay all the way down and connected that right down to the tip. But it seemed like the electricity coming off of the tip of that quartz really gave me that nice helical focus. While I liked it, it wasn't working out for what I'm trying to find out. But I did learn, so nothing is lost. Sure looked cool anyway. It's definitely a lot more active than it was. I don't know if having magnetic electrodes buried in clay is going to make a difference here, but that's what I'd like to find out. All right. So it looks like I've got two distinct holes on the top. If I want to call that a crater. That probably just fell off of the bottom of this other piece. Let's take a look. I want to try to get a good clear shot of this. Take some photos as well. And then here's the top electrode. Well, that's interesting. That's just the light. Hey, but what's up with that? It's yeah, you see that light doing that too? That's cool. It looks like a helix right there, just in the sunlight reflection. That's neat. All right, let's take some photos. This was the electrode on the bottom. This was the one on the top. This obviously has blistered and seems like it was pulled down. There was a chunk, a piece of this missing chunk was resting about right here before. But you can notice there is etching, and there is a kind of a doming action coming off of that. So you can see all the points where it connected. And this guy, this was actually raised up, so it's either extracted from this clay ball or some material from this ball was extracted through the electricity and deposited on this ball. I don't know for sure. It could even be both, but just kind of wanted to show you my results of 2 clay balls with 2 hexagonal pieces of magnetite embedded in both. All right, that's it.